It was May 15th, 2016. A ball game on a Sunday afternoon to wrap up a 3-game series and wrap up the season series between these two teams, the Texas Rangers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Two teams that clearly had much animosity towards one another. Yet, the two teams had matched up 6 times already that year, and nothing happened. It wasn't until the finale, and even then, towards the end of the ball game, where the fans there in Arlington got a little extra show than they paid for. Not until the 8th inning, presumably the last at-bat Jose Bautista would have against the Texas Rangers, that they decided to go for payback. Because a mere 7 months prior, these two teams met in the American League Divisional Series of 2015, a hard-fought competitive series leading into Game 5 that would result in one of the most iconic moments in baseball history, a tie game at 3-3 with Jose Bautista coming up to bat. 3 pitches later, a 3-run shot, a go-ahead home run, and the dagger in the hearts of Ranger fans who would go on to lose this game and the series, bat flipping the entire baseball world on its head. It was the kind of moment that make people baseball fans in the first place. However, for many Texas fans and their players alike, they didn't have the same reaction that I think a lot of us fans at home did. It left everybody highly anticipating these two teams matching up against one another in the next season. The Rangers and Blue Jays were scheduled for 7 games within a 2-week span. You could cut the tension with a knife just by watching through your television screen. And yet, through the first 63 innings that Texas and Toronto met that season, nothing happened. Not until the 64th inning. Leading off the 8th inning, Jose Bautista receiving a fastball right to the elbow on the first pitch of the at-bat off the hand of Matt Bush. A fastball that severely missed its target, or at least the one the catcher displayed. There was no doubt in any of the fans' mind at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington, the fans who rose to a standing ovation and cheered, that this was intentional. The home plate umpire immediately issuing warnings to both dugouts that this won't be tolerated, and Jose Bautista would sit at first base. 2 batters later, up comes Justin Smoke. He'd hit a slow roller to third. Beltre makes the toss to Rougned Odor at second base, and the rest is history. It was a late slide on all accounts from Jose Bautista. He didn't really even get into motion of the slide until he was practically standing on second base. In between that and the home run last October, it led to one of the most infamous fights in baseball history. And I call it a fight. Jose Bautista did square up. This wasn't a sucker punch, an out-of-nowhere right hook. Jose Bautista was engaged. It was a great shot from Odor. And when you add in the sunglasses and the helmet flying off Jose's face, it's definitely one of the best punches we've seen in baseball. As a result, Odor was handed an 8-game suspension, although it would be reduced to 7 after an appeal. And Jose Bautista was suspended 1 game as well. And this moment, in my opinion, is pivotal towards the game of baseball for a couple reasons. First of which, if you zoom in, you see the Play Ball logo stitched on each of the jerseys. Now, Play Ball is an initiative by Major League Baseball to help get youth back into the game. It's no secret that baseball is not as popular as it used to be, especially towards the younger demographics. And going hand in hand with that Play Ball program, a major goal is to help celebrate and build up the players of today's game so tomorrow they can go and inspire more young people to get into the game of baseball. And when it comes to celebrating ball players, you've got to celebrate the celebrations. MLB's stance and tolerance towards players getting excited, showing their personality, slamming the bat down after a home run has changed a lot within the last 15 years, the last 10 years. Previously, if a player was known for showboating or admiring the home runs that they hit, they'd always wear a target on their back. And of course, you still do see retaliation from the other team, whether that be a pitcher plunking him the next time he's up to bat, or a pitcher showboating himself after striking out said batter. But baseball celebrations have been far more normalized in recent years. It's starting to become more like the NFL, where it's almost expected that you see someone get hyped after a big hit. And Robert Manfred and Major League Baseball media love this because the audience eats it up. MLB has had a marketing problem, having trouble building the superstar household names that transcend the sport of baseball. But it's moments like this with Adolis Garcia that you get to see massive engagement. Fans not just from Texas, but all over the globe, responding, sharing, and interacting. And I think Bautista's home run in the 2015 ALDS was one of those quintessential moments that really helped drive this point home, as social media became the true king, dominating sports media, highlights and clips from the game, arguably becoming more important than the full game broadcast itself. And on the flip side, player safety has never been more emphasized. Everybody talks about the punch thrown by Rougned Odor, but not as many people talk about what led up to that. The slide from Jose Bautista, which came at a very interesting time. Just a few years prior, we saw what's known as the Buster Posey rule in baseball, which made the long-standing tactic of running into the catcher, causing a big collision, illegal. And just 7 months prior to Bautista's slide, in the NLDS of 2015, we saw Chase Utley make a highly controversial slide into second base that ended up breaking Ruben Tejada's leg. That offseason, MLB would change their sliding rules, adding more protection to the infielders, hoping to put an end to the takeout slides as we used to know them. And that play from Bautista has further kept on the pressure of keeping the players on the field. It was the punch heard around the baseball world, and it's something as a baseball fan that I won't soon and probably never will forget. It would be hard to. Whenever the name Rougned Odor is said, it's synonymous. Hell, search him up on Google, it's about the 6th image that comes up for him. It's the kind of moment where you just never forget where you were at when you first saw this live. A special thanks to Underdog Fantasy. You guys can get a $100 deposit match by using my promo code GOMES. We're at an extremely exciting time in the NFL season, and both basketball and hockey into full gear. Underdog is offering tons of special promos every single day. So sign up now with my code GOMES and get up to an extra $100 in your account. Thank you to Underdog Fantasy, and thank you to you guys for watching this video.